Hey, good morning, and thanks for watching the Baddest Z in the Land channel. This is the closing clip for the Care2Cure indoor 2-day show that concluded yesterday afternoon at the fairgrounds in Lawton, Oklahoma. Just started off the clip. Normally, sometimes I do these in the car leaving a show, but because of the temperature yesterday, I had the windows down driving the Z home. It's an hour-and-a-half drive, and just out of respect for my motor, I just had the windows down and just, dealt with it. Didn't run the AC. So anyway, it was too loud to record, and so I'm recording now. But what you're looking at is a trophy that the Z has never won. I'll just pan just so you can see. It's not like this car's never won a trophy this car show season, because all of these trophies are this season, starting with what I will consider the most important win, and this is Daryl Starbird, Top Sports Custom, top choice at the 59th annual show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But you see a lot of trophies there, and it's not because I have a sparkling personality and the judges love me. This is just the Z. It is a national level show car, but you wouldn't be able to tell that because there is going to be a little bit of belly aching here. But first I'm going to show you the trophy. So a trophy the Z has never won. We've won best engine 4 times. Most recently this last weekend at the City of Springs Car Show, there's the best engine, which is our most coveted trophy that we want because we spent so much money and time and dedication in the engine bay making it beautiful, and 20 hours with a toothbrush and a spray bottle of degreaser will definitely get you there if you're going to make it. But so this is the very first time the Z's ever won anything like best interior. I don't get it. I still don't get it. I've not put a lot of money into my interior. It's nice. I wanted it to be presentable. I mean, there's carbon fiber console and waterfall panel, Sparco seats, 5-point restraints, and but there's nothing special. There were cars there at this show that I thought their interiors were out of this world. So I don't believe the Z deserved this trophy. I don't get it. What we wanted to win was our class, which was import. We didn't, but we did win $150 cash with this trophy. You're looking at actual money. That's not something that we've only won money twice. We won money, I'll pan around so you can see it, at our very first car show right there at the National Sandbass Festival. We took second place to a 1995 JDM GTR, but we won $150 cash, and then later on we won more money. We ended up winning I think $250 at that show. But that was the very first trophy that Z has ever won. It was in 2021. We had the car was exactly the way that we bought it. We had done nothing to it. And so these trophies down here that you're looking at, that's the 2021 season. I think we went to about 8 shows, and there's 6 trophies here. This one means a lot to us. Actually this wasn't 2021. That was the Veterans Day Car Show in 21. This was the only show we did last year because the Z was in a race shop for 11 months having the custom 550 horse motor built, RHC Motorsports in Tulsa. So we got the car back just in time, one day before this show, and won Best in Show at Hallett Racing Veterans Celebration, which is a really meaningful show for us. So anyway, these are the trophies that Lil Red won first time around. 2 years later, a ton of hard work and a boatload of money. We have about $50,000 invested in the car, and it was not haphazard. It was very methodical and deliberate investments. But so anyway, this is what we got at Care2Cure. I will tell you that the car that beat us for took first place in import was parked right behind me. It was a Mazda RX-7. The owner, it was dirty. It was not detailed. The tires were not dressed. The motor was so dirty. The owner, who I talked to, is a very nice guy, said, I didn't bring it here to really show it. I just kind of wanted to show it off because they're kind of rare. But his engine, he popped the hood for me, and his engine was just filthy. It was horrible, but it could have been cleaned up. And I even offered, I said, hey man, I've got all my stuff, my car's dialed in. I will totally help you clean up your engine bay. In an hour, we can have it looking really nice. And he said, no, that's okay. I'll just leave the hood closed. Well, the judges basically put the word out that if your hood was closed, you're going to lose a lot of points, because the engine bay is one thing they looked at in their judging. He still beat my Z. So when they announced, and I'm going to tell you why, when they announced the first place import was the RX-7 sitting right behind my completely detailed. I spent 2.5 hours detailing the Z. He didn't do anything to his RX-7. He just pulled it in and won. I'll tell you why he won. Early in the morning on Saturday morning, when we were detailing our butt off, there was a young guy that came in. I just happened to notice he's taking a lot of pictures of the RX-7, and I thought, okay, the public's not here yet. It must be one of the staff or the owner. And I just kind of got the feeling it was the owner of the car taking pictures of it in the show. And so they left, and then later on, I'm still detailing. They come back and they're taking even more pictures of it. And that's when I walked over and talked to the guy, and he said, yeah, he goes, no, I'm not the owner. I'm just a huge fan of these cars. And I go, do you like Z's? And he goes, no, I'm not a fan of Z's, which is my car, of course, sitting right in front of it. But I didn't know until the judging started, that guy judged my car. So the guy who had told me the day before that he was a huge fan of RX-7s and not a fan of Z's, judged my car, and my car lost. So just, you do the math. Well, what are the odds those two events are not connected? But you know what? I'm not crying over spilled milk. There's nothing I could do. And then they also had a best of show for import, and a Toyota Corolla won it. So at that point, we were like, okay, not winning anything at this show. When they announced best interior for the Z, we went up and got it, and didn't know when we were walking up there that there was $150 cash involved. But we're super grateful for this trophy. We don't believe we deserve it. We believe that we did deserve the first place import. The Z was hands down in every way above the RX-7, not only in mods and everything about the car. Obviously the interior was better because we won best interior for the entire show. So obviously my interior was better than his. My engine bay is off the planet. It's why it wins best engine. His engine was completely disgustingly dirty. So I don't know what he won on, what category he beat the Z in, and we'll never know. But all I know is I wanted that, and then a Toyota Corolla that I don't even remember seeing, and I walked around the entire show, won best import with I think it got $100 cash. This award came with $150, and we're super grateful for it. I don't believe the Z has the best interior. I've not put my sweat, blood, tears, and cash into the interior. There's a ton of things I'd like to do to the interior now that the rest of the car is pretty much there. But I don't believe that we deserve this. We're grateful for it. It's a first of, and we're certainly grateful for this cash. We're going to take that with us to the 30th annual Lone Star Nationals next weekend. That's going to help out with some expenses down there. So thank you to whoever picked. I'm sure it was not the guy who picked the RX-7 over the Z. Whoever picked the Z for best interior, I thank you. Don't think you're correct. I saw bunches of cars with better interiors, much off the planet better. But so maybe it's a consolation prize because they knew they were going to diss the Z in the categories that we were entered in. But we're taking it. We're happy. It's a nice trophy. It's a really nice plaque, and that's some really nice cash. So will we be in that show again? No, we'll never go back. We will not be back next year. I'm not telling everyone that watches this channel, don't enter your car in that show. I'm just telling you what happened to me. I mean, it could happen to anyone. You could have a particular judge judging your car that hates your type of car. Maybe they're a big Mopar fan and you're driving a Ford, you have a Ford Mustang. That's called bias, professional bias in that role. They're human beings, and that's just the way it is. And so we're going to take that lump. We're going to take this cash. We're going to move on, and we're going to keep winning because we're not done. We have the Texas Nationals next weekend, which is a 3-day show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The 12th of November. Normally we would be at the Howlett Veterans Day Car Show, but that date coincides with the Import Face-Off show in Tulsa, and we'll be there with the Import Face-Off crowd to see what happens. This is what happened in March. Best Nissan, that huge trophy. Import Face-Off does not play with their trophies. So we won once. Hopefully we can do a repeat on the 12th of November. But you see the kind of season that Z's had. This is not like trivial amount of trophies. I'm blown away, of course, every time it wins, but some of these are national level shows. So Import Face-Off, national level. Daryl Starboard, national. The trophy in the back there, We Go, that's a national. Streetcar Takeover, national show. And Summer Bass, that's a We Go World Series event. So there's a lot of national level wins in here and a bunch of Oklahoma shows that we really were competing against some really badass cars, including this double win at Sulphur. There's a lot of competition. Oklahoma's a big car show state.